talisman saber. A show of force unprecedented in Australian history. It is not just about the number of over 30,000 soldiers involved, but the scale of international cooperation.
I will leave it to China to interpret what 19 friends, allies and partners wanting to operate together in the region means to them. But for me, it's, as I said earlier, it's nations that are in search of a common aspiration for peace, stability, a free and open Indo-Pacific and adherence to international law, a region where sovereign nations exercise agency and where they're free from coercion.
This is a critical moment for the entire region. Beijing's aggressive stance is forcing a response. North Korea's unpredictable actions only add to the pressure. The situation is close to boiling point, and it seems that the escalation will continue.
The DPRK and China are undergoing an unprecedented military buildup with a clear and unambiguous intent to move forward with their own agendas. We need to be mindful of that. We need to be able to demonstrate resolve, to be entrepreneurial and proactive in our partnerships, to make sure that our leaders at every echelon understand and trust each other.
Americans are looking for allies in the Far East today. They want to hear a clear statement about who will stand by them in the event of a conflict with China. Australia, Japan, and South Korea are key players.
First, I don't disclose confidential discussions, but I make a couple of broad points. One, we don't engage in hypotheticals. We don't discuss hypotheticals. But secondly, the decision to commit Australian troops to a conflict will be made by the government of the day. Not in advance, but by the government of the day, and that's our position, and it's been long established.
Australia wants to maintain the status quo, but in the case of China's actions towards Taiwan, wishful thinking has nothing to do with it. Beijing has already decided the fate of Taipei. It is only unclear when the invasion will take place. We seriously warn the Taiwanese authorities that seeking independence by force is a dead end. Regardless of the topics they practice and the weapons they use, decisive countermeasures against Taiwan independence will not be stopped, nor will the overwhelming and irresistible trend of China's national reunification be stopped. Taiwan has been preparing for an invasion for years. In this year's exercises, for the first time in history, no scenario was prepared. There are tasks dropped by surprise on troops in the field. This only shows the seriousness of the situation. The entire national army is currently conducting its annual and most important exercises. This year's exercises are being carried out in a special way, without a set scenario, as part of large-scale, realistic combat maneuvers. The Taiwan issue is not subject to any negotiation in Beijing's narrative. Regardless of the diplomatic efforts of Washington, Tokyo, or Seoul, China will not give up on reintegrating Taiwan into the People's Republic. Taipei, on the other hand, clearly declares that no one will voluntarily surrender to the Chinese, which basically makes the future of the country clear.